There we go.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, we have a new person.
Someone filling in for our sound and lights guy.
He's looking out for us, making sure that
super temporarily.
We're making sure that we got the right,
Yeah, make sure we look good.
Alrighty. Episode 17.
Huh?
I've shot a few.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
I've been asleep for a while.
No, this is a late episode, late in the week, which means one thing. No one is going to watch this, so it doesn't even matter what we say, and I've kept that in mind all day long. It's late at night. This is late night comedy, late night television.
Yeah, we're going up against the late show here.
Yeah, 10:30. So who is that? Is that Kimmel or like Fallon or?
Well,
I don't know. We're probably going to have bigger ratings than them either way. Both of them combined. 2 times over with our powerful and exponentially. Oh, yeah. Look
Amazing.
at that. The Yetis have made an appearance. And
Thank
the
you,
new
sir.
Yeti, the red fire truck.
Yes, the red fire truck.
Purchased for putting out fires.
Small fires. Small fires.
Excellent. Thank you, Lucas. This is very nice. What was I saying? Right. I lost track, but I'm just going to play drums on my legs for the rest of the show. So
yeah, we're talking about late night. We're shooting this late night.
It is pretty late. So
pretty late. So you know what I'm talking about?
You tell me.
Actually,
Yeah,
something happened. Well, not something happened. It was just a cool thing. I drove a guy home from work today.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him earlier on in the day, but I didn't really talk to him. And I just saw him cleaning the site all day. I work construction, by the way. I don't know if I said that before, but I work in construction. And I saw this guy cleaning the site all day. And at the end of the day, he's still the last one there. Like, I'm the one that's supposed to, like, lock up and close up and everything. And this guy's still there, sweeping. And I was like...
that's what you saw him doing all day, was just sweeping?
Yeah, sweeping, picking up garbage, like boxes and shit like that.
Okay.
Like, super hard worker. Obviously, because I was there.
So how long is his shift? What is he there for, fucking 15 hours?
He was there at the same time I was, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And I worked till about 5:30. And he was still going strong, sweeping. And I was like, dude, like, I'm closing up. Like, you got to get out of here. Do you got a ride or do you have a car or what's going on? Because I know a lot of these guys usually get dropped off at work. And he said his boss called him an Uber, or was supposed to call him an Uber. And then he called him back. He's like, yeah, I didn't call you an Uber. I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up. This guy barely speaks English, by the way. He's Mexican.
We're in Los Angeles.
But turns out, as I was driving this guy, so I was like, okay, that's fucked up. I'll give you a ride to the bus stop, or the bus terminal or whatever. Turns out this guy's only been in the country for 6 days, dude.
Whoa!
He had never been outside of Mexico City. I was like, oh my God, you are like so new to this country. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
He was
6 days?
6 days out. And you know what? I was like, this is so cool. I'm like almost part of your like welcoming committee. Like
right.
Almost. This is almost like a little.
Illegal?
You know? No. No, he's here. He's legit.
So like he got his papers and he's only been here for 6 days? Damn, that's fucking tough.
Yeah. By himself too.
Wow.
He left his wife at home. Crazy shit. But
how good was his English?
It was broken, but I could understand him.
You could talk to him though, yeah. You could have a conversation.
There's some dickheads at work. Like they'll see a foreign guy and they'll take advantage of that, and they'll be like, "I can't fucking understand this guy." Oh shit, my bad.
See.
But yeah, like fuck you. Like you know, like if the guy's trying to piece together a sentence, doing his damn best, you know you can understand it. Like
yeah.
But yeah, I was like, man, I can understand you like pretty fine. Like you got to brush up your English, obviously. But he was like really happy to hear that because obviously he was struggling to communicate with people. But he's like, he told me, I love Canada because in Mexico City, it's I used to ride my bike everywhere, and it's really ruthless riding your bike in Mexico City apparently because people in cars will try to hit you because it's a status thing. They see you as poor.
Oh, I see.
And they'll try to hit you. Mm. Like it's like a mean, fun little game that the rich people with cars play. And it's savage there.
It's terrible.
He's like, you wake up every morning and you're coughing because of the pollution and it's just awful and it's hot.
Yeah, Mexico City is bad for pollution.
He moved here, bro. He loves it. And he works at like this, crappy job at this, but it's probably not crappy to him. And
wait till winter.
Were you about to say wait till winter? I literally said that exact same thing to him. I was like, it's
bro,
really great now, but like,
you better buckle down.
I literally told him, I was like, while the weather is warm, go to the store and buy a jacket because they're cheap now.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself because it gets very cold.
It's about to get brutal.
Very cold. And he was just like, okay. I don't know if he understood me
you
at
should,
all.
No, you should have really like drilled. You'd be like, no. Listen, if there's one thing, you should have like written it down and been like, go get one of these. Not even to be a dick, be like, you don't understand.
No, you'll die.
You'll die.
Yeah.
If you're not accustomed to this and you show up without a coat, you're dead. You're dead, man.
You know what's funny? You know where he said I shouldn't say where he was. He said he was staying in a part of town that me and you both know are pretty sketchy downtown. Downtown. But I was like, you know what? You're probably fine because you came straight from Mexico City 6 days ago.
There's not a single fucking thing that this guy is going to see in Toronto that is going to make him even a little bit worried. The scariest thing he's going to see in Toronto is the snow. Other than that... like gang activity. What are you kidding me? Mexico City versus like of the top 5 most dangerous places in the world, I'm pretty sure 3 of them are in Mexico. So I don't think this guy's gonna be too concerned about your little pew 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 gun violence. He's like, motherfuckers are getting their heads sawed off where I come from.
For real.
For being a journalist. So.
But you know what? It was awesome. I could like barely understand him, but I could tell that he was trying really hard to communicate with me. And I brought up the topic of food, obviously, because I love talking about food.
You love to eat.
Yeah, I love to eat.
I love to eat too.
And I was like, you're from Mexico City. Like, what kind of like Mexican food do you love? He's like, of course, tacos, all types of tacos. But and I was like, do you like Chinese food? He's like, oh yeah. Apparently Chinese food is huge in Mexico City.
I could see that.
Yeah. So he loves Chinese food. And then so we were talking about food the whole time. And then after I had dropped him off on his way out, after he got his bags out of my trunk and shit, he's like, he was trying to piece together. He's like, I need to invite you eat. And I was like, oh, this guy is so nice.
You know what that reminds me of a lot?
He's so nice.
Remember Dawit?
Yeah.
Dawit's English was pretty good, but like it's there was some things he didn't really know how to say.
Right.
But there was something about him, man, that I always thought was great. He was an interesting fella. He was a cool dude, but like, yeah, similar circumstances, right? Where you're like, bro, how long have you been in this country for? And Dawit was like, I left from Eritrea, like, I don't know, 4 months ago.
Eritrea?
That's in a fucking dangerous part of Africa right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
really? Holy.
I was like, bro, how dangerous is it there? He's like, I didn't think it was too dangerous, but I fear it is about to become dangerous. And I was like. I've never heard someone say something like that before.
You have to be from there to know when shit's about to go down. I assume. Like,
I met a guy from Saudi Arabia there that was like fresh from Saudi Arabia, and he's like, you'd be fine in Saudi Arabia.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, but you would not be safe in Yemen. That's what he told me. He's like,
really?
Don't go to Yemen. He's like, if you're traveling to the Middle East, don't go there. He's like, it's dangerous. But Saudi Arabia's kind of got beef against a lot of other Middle Eastern countries, so maybe that was like a pride thing.
I think all of the Middle East gets a bad rap just from like media and shit. Like people just assume that whole area.
I'm just saying, but if someone is from Saudi Arabia, right, it'd be like, okay, if the first time you visited Canada,
right,
you went to Saskatchewan, and people were like, yo, everybody in Toronto is assholes. right. And then you already have this preconceived notion that everybody in Toronto. So I'm saying that like because. I don't know this is a fact, by the way, but because
I've been wrong before.
Right, fuck. but you know how it's like people in Canada generally that aren't from Toronto, Montreal, like those main cities, people like that. Toronto people are assholes, right? And there's kind of like that beef. I wonder if there's that same beef where it's like Saudi people just don't like Yemen people or Yemenis people or whatever they're called, and he's just like, don't travel there because it's unsafe. But I don't know. Of course, because I'm just saying, like, I don't know what kind of bias this guy might have. But truthfully, I believe him. Yemen doesn't seem like a place that would be too safe to travel.
It's definitely not on the top 50 of vacation places.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Or even the top 100.
Speaking of fucking going places, though, well, there's a couple of things we can talk about. One, but I'm gonna once we come back from vacation, I'm gonna go visit the United States embassy in Toronto. It's right beside the University of Toronto.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, what do you guys require for someone to move? Because bro, there's so much shit online. Where I'm like, you'd have to be a lawyer to keep track of all this. And
Yeah,
I'm just
you'll just confuse yourself if you try to self-educate
and the
yourself,
words
you know?
and the words are like, they're not using. It's like a university level.
Lots of
lots
technical
of law.
jargon.
Yeah, exactly, right. So I was like, yo, I got to show up and ask them questions because I don't know.
Right.
And
I'll go with you.
yeah,
That could be fun.
could be a lot of fun. But what I fear is that I'm going to get the answers I want to hear, and then they're going to close it out with, so do you want to sign up for a visa? And without even thinking, I'm going to go, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that how it usually ends?
I don't think so. Well, here's the thing. I'm Canadian.
Right.
You're Canadian.
Right. Neither of us have
Typically,
criminal
other
records.
than like, so I think here's what I'd have to do is what, like I said, one of two things. And, yeah, where I'm gonna try to make an attempt at shooting a different web-ish. I don't know what I'd call it, like a little segment for this channel.
Oh, right. Yeah, you were talking about that.
10 minutes, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be things like that, things that I question all the time, and I just never really put the research into it. How do you move from a place like Toronto to Los Angeles? How would I move to New York, right? Or I just want to know the logistics of that, so I'm willing to do the research. And I'll find out, and then I'll shoot like a 10 or a 15-minute video on it. But what I think I'm going to have to do, unless I'm granted exceptional status, which means that we hit 1 million subscribers within the next 15 minutes, right?
That would be incredible.
Oh, if I was granted exceptional
That
status?
would be great if you guys could just do that for us, please.
Yeah,
Thank
I know,
you.
right? And it's weird because it's like I'm
Please,
talking
thank
to
you.
you, but at the same time I'm not. I'm talking to you, the people, okay?
All of y'all.
Please.
Please and thank you.
Tell your friends to watch this and like it and comment and tell everyone because I need exceptional status to get into Los Angeles.
This is not a shameless like YouTube plug for clout.
No, I
This
don't
is
want
to
it for
get
clout.
into the United States.
So that I can continue to make good content and be in Los Angeles. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I saw the look you were giving me there, and he was like, Ryan was like, oh my God, something might come out of Thomas's mouth that is gonna get this whole fucking thing shot down. Ryan is also
up in air for a minute.
Ryan is also gonna be, once we figure out the logistics of the whole thing, we're gonna shoot some fun stuff for Ryan's cooking as well.
Yeah, that should be fun.
I've been writing new jokes. I wrote some fun stuff last night. I was up late, dude. You ever get in a trance?
Well, you went for a run last night, right?
Yeah, I went for a run.
And you probably
I went
just
for a
never
run,
fell asleep,
and that was
right?
something. Okay, yeah. Ooh, that's a big long story. I was on my jog last night.
Right.
I had one of the most fucking weirdest jogs last night that I've ever had in my life. And not for me. It was tough for me like it always is, right?
Right.
I run big long, so my jog, and it's something that that I should have the thing is like running on the street is not like running on a treadmill. And people are like, yeah, obviously, no shit, right? But I don't mean it in a sense of like the feel of the run. I mean it in a sense of like when I was overweight and I used to go on jogs, half the distance I'm running now would take me 35 minutes.
Right.
So I would always be like, well, I'm running for 35 minutes, right? And now I'm running big distances and looking at my clock and being like, fucking 44 minutes? Like, bro, like, I've done so much running, but I just have it in my head that I need to run for an hour, but I'm not realizing I'm running at a significantly faster pace than a guy that was 60 pounds heavier, right? Anyway, so last night I started my run. It was 10:40, and so I was like, I'm going to be out here till at least 11:10. I was like, I'm doing half an hour no matter what.
Right.
And that's pretty late at night, too. So, near the end of my run, though,
Mm-hmm.
like, first of all, the beginning part of my run, I was feeling amazing. Not so much like my body. My body was hurting early,
Right.
but mentally I was in such a good headspace. And I think running and just physical exercise does that.
Yeah, going to the gym does make you feel better.
Bro, I was in like the word I would put is like healthy. Like
Nice.
Yeah. And so
Nice.
I'm running and blah, 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 blah. It's deep into the run now. And I'm fucking hurting bad because like I said, so I'll start off the beginning parts of my run.
Right.
And I was about to say something. I was like, I don't know if I should say that. But I'll start off the beginning parts of my run like that. Remember I was talking about the light boxing jog like on the balls of your feet, right? Eventually that shit gets brutal on my feet and on my calves, and I'll have to run like marathon style, kind of like, you know, you see them, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm deep into my run now. And you know where you live, the long stretch behind your house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you know the street, like over here's the gas station, right? I'm crossing the street.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm crossing the street and there's a rabbit there.
Okay.
And I've seen rabbits many times when I'm running because it's late at night, and bro, there's lots of animals out late at night.
Yeah.
Was why people warn me about the coyotes in this area.
I saw a big fucking coyote.
I'm like, bro, they do not scare me even a little bit. Like I just don't feel like it would be in their
you don't
nature.
bug them, they don't bug
Exactly.
you. But I saw a big motherfucker.
So anyway, so I'm running, and this rabbit is on the grass beside me. So I'm running on the sidewalk, which is not good, by the way. It's such high impact on my fucking knees. It like kills me near the end of the run. But anyway, so I'm running, and this rabbit would turn back and look at me, and he would run, right? And then he would stop. And I know that the rabbit is not fucking around with me, right? But you have to believe me when I say that this rabbit, even when I was running, I was like, bro, when are you just going to cross the street? Or like, when are you going to run? This rabbit did that for like 100 meters. Like to a point.
Like it was just keeping up with you.
It would keep up. Like it would be ahead of me.
Right.
It's running at a fucking rabbit's pace, right? It would stop, and I'd get close, and then it would do the same thing for like 100 meters. Because even in my head, in the midst of it happening, I'm like, look at this little shit go, right?
Maybe it wanted
I don't know.
you to follow him.
Bro, it's not one of, I don't know. You
Should've
know, like that
followed it.
whole thing, The Secret? I just feel like that was some sort of energy being handed my way. Like, I know that meant nothing. I know that in the nature of things that meant nothing, but I feel like that was just a little bit of motivation that was handed to me. I'm like it got to a point where I was running and he was stopped, and I was like, okay, your turn. And it would just take off. And then eventually it ran into a big thing of trees. But I was like, dude.
And to which I pursued.
But yeah, I
don't
know. There was something interesting about that. Anyway.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you
it was just
gotta
nature.
appreciate,
Exactly.
You know, appreciate little things.
It's like
that.
one of those things of like, does art enact reality, or does reality enact art? Right.
Oh, fuck me.
Right. So I don't look deep.
I
don't look
shit right
yeah.
now.
I don't look deep
It's too
into what
late
I
for
saw. But like, bro, that was like a legit 100 meters. And I'm like, man, look at this little son of a bitch. But it was just a little bit of a motivation. Yeah. But anywho, I just thought that was interesting. And then I saw a silhouette of a coyote. Like in Bancroft Park.
Right.
Because that's where they say they hang out.
Uh-huh.
So, and bro, when I run through Bancroft, because I make that strip down and I go through, it is as and the thing is that the lights are motion censored, and not motion censored in a way that if you move towards it, the light turns on, but if you move towards it, the light turns off.
What?
It's a way of conserving energy. There's no need for the light. It's just the idea of why would the light be on if people are around? Right? Because people are only around during the daytime.
Oh, I see.
So they automatically turn on at night, but if it senses something comes by, the light goes off. Don't believe me? Come out with me and run. It happens every time, right? So I run through this park, and it is like dark. And I'm like, where are these coyotes that everybody keeps talking about? And then now I had to take, I don't know exactly if it was a coyote or something like that, but there was like a group of trees, and I saw something just not sitting there like a dog, but you know how like A dog kind of just gets on all fours, just sitting there, and it looked small. That's the one thing I thought to myself. I'm like, that does not look like a
if it
big
pounced,
animal.
you could kick it.
Kind of looked like, I don't know. Again, this is deep into my run. Your eyes are all fucked up. It's dark. I don't know how it looked like. It could have been the size of a fox, in my opinion. But it could have been bigger than that. And people keep telling me they see coyotes the size of wolves around here. I'm like, what the fuck? Have you ever seen a wolf, bro? These things are like 6,000 pounds.
I saw a coyote that was like substantially taller and longer than your dog.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Like that. Oh no, I'm just saying your dog is big, and I was like, that was a big motherfucker. It was right, like, I literally turned off my driveway, and, like, one house down, it was just walking on the grass.
Oh, you want to know something? This was another thing that I thought to myself last night during my jog. I'm like, what the fuck did I just see?
What's that?
So after this is literally like, I mean, there's no credence to either of the scenarios that happened, but, okay, so I'm finishing the jog, and you know where they did demolition on the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't drive cars there, right?
No, but people, I think, have started walking on it.
Bro, I'm driving and I see a van slowly just turn into it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Probably a worker.
Bro, there was 6 people in that car, and they were not workers. I can tell you that
Probably
as a
smoking
100.
reefer.
That's what I was thinking. These kids are out there smoking reefer. But if you're going to do something and smoke weed like it's legal in Canada, why wouldn't you just fucking do it out in the open 3 blocks down? You need to go to a dangerous site with demolition? Like,
well, the demolition is over.
I know, but like, you don't think it's dangerous to be there right now?
Oh, it's definitely dangerous. It's definitely dangerous.
Yeah, I saw that, and it was driving slow.
Really?
Like, slowly from the position it was in, slowly into the turn. I was like, bro, did I just see like a ghost van or something like that? I'm like, that doesn't seem
like... A ghost van?
It just seemed so ominous is all.
Right.
Like, the lights weren't really on, but I knew that I could see people in the car, right? And as I was turning, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're not allowed to bring a vehicle there. Like, it's got pylons everywhere.
Right.
Like a concrete barricade. And this red Dodge Caravan
turned into
slowly from the street. Like, I'm running this way, so I got to turn left to go down towards Bancroft, right? And this van is approaching, and it just slowly turns in. Like, it was driving slow already, and just slowly makes that left turn into an area that has no lights. And I was like, what the fuck? And keep in mind now,
did the van like disappear?
Yeah, no, it didn't disappear, but like, it's dark, so I couldn't see it after it turned in, right? I'm gonna be like, right? But
because then that's some hullabaloo shit. Like,
yeah, then I'm yanking your chain, or I saw some shit. But anyway, I was just like, yeah, that's so peculiar. And that's so it's late into my run, so this has got to be like 11 something at this point when I saw this. I'm like, huh. If it was 12, I'd have been like, yeah, that was a ghost, because that seems to be that like ghost hour is 12 and 3. I don't know why, but I feel like Hollywood created that.
Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning is a spooky hour if you're alone.
It really is.
If you're alone by yourself.
But only if
you're not occupied by doing something. If you're just sitting
not only
in
that,
bed,
but only if you know of the idea of like the 3 o'clock in the morning thing, right? It's like every horror movie, something goes wrong and it's like 3:08, 3:12. It's because 4 o'clock in the morning is like that's when the first people of the day start getting up. But 3,
right.
Everyone is
asleep. Yeah, 2 o'clock people are still up, maybe fucking up from the night before. But 3 o'clock is like that, yeah. Yeah, it's spooky. I'm not afraid of the dark either. I don't believe in ghosts and shit like that. But it's sometimes,
Well, I think
it gets to that hour and you're tired.
I believe that evolutionarily, we are actually like preemptively scared of the dark no matter what. Because back in the day when fire didn't exist and lights didn't exist, right?
Right.
The dark is when things hunt. It's when predators hunt. It's when things in the ocean hunt, right? So we're afraid of the dark now but only as a primitive instinct because we knew that in the dark we can't see, but there's shit that can definitely see us.
Right.
And it's just, like it's kind of like the idea of it's been proven with rats too in New York City. That's why the rat problem in New York is such an epidemic, because
Rats can see in the dark?
no, it's just the way that New York put rat poison everywhere, right?
Really?
Okay. So the rats that ate the poison died, but the rats that didn't eat the poison started to realize that the rats were getting killed by poison.
Oh, yeah. They're
So
smart
when
like that.
So when they bred, right? Without that rat even knowing, like the offspring of the rat, without them even knowing, they knew that was poison. It's like genetically put into them in some weird way.
Oh.
So our fear of the dark is this idea of like fucking, I don't know, tens of thousands of years ago, when like you're in a cave and you hear people screaming out there. You're like, that's just put into you, in this idea of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and you can actually trace a lot of like the emotion you have back. Like it's similar to being fearful of like talking to a girl. Like if you start like backtracking all of the so like you're afraid of being rejected. Why are you afraid of being rejected? Blah blah blah. Like if you start backtracking and all that, it all starts the same place. Like evolutionarily, your fear of like what were we supposed to do? We were supposed to breed. We're supposed to create offspring. And it's like, you're not going to create offspring if he says all that shit, right? Like it can all be traced back. It's all very logical. And yet it still doesn't work. Like even when you break it down, it doesn't really fucking matter. Because if all the lights shut off right now, I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just nice to know.
Right on.
I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. Food for thought.
Food.
Um,
Food. That's something we're not eating a lot of before Jamaica, before the vacation.
fucking dead man right now.
Food
I can
is
tell you
not
this much.
something we've been having a lot of as of lately.
I said I would make the cut, and I'm making the cut. I'm not gonna say how much I weigh, but like
Not good. No, I'm joking.
No,
You're probably on weight.
me
Off by 4 or 5 pounds, maybe.
for what 180?
Yeah.
No, I'm off. Well, it depends because I didn't do anything today. But if I did if I took just a hot bath, I would probably be at 185. I think.
I can't do that. I don't have a bath.
Well, you don't. No, that's not true. You do have a bathtub. You just don't have one like mine that's
Well,
meant for.
I can't.
But remember, I can't sit in a normal bathtub too because I'm fucking tall, and it's like
Yeah.
So I have to have those like deep soaker tubs. That's one of the things I put in my rider.
A deep soaker tub.
Yes.
Also a super soaker. Huh?
Nice. Anyway, here's something interesting I heard today.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, cause people asked me, so I had to work late. That's why we're shooting this thing late. And I had to close with, I had to shut this place down with the 2 new girls.
Oh, yeah.
And
Spicy.
no. It's nothing like that. Like I when I'm at work, like I treat them like people that have to learn how to do the job. Like I don't really look at people too sexually at work.
Not too much.
Yeah, not too much. Anyway.
I only look at your rumpus.
Uh-oh. So I'm talking to these 2 new girls, and they're like, Thomas, why do you look so like upset? I'm like, I'm not upset. Like I'm like, there's just a lot of shit to do, right? And then like they were being so kind. I was like, do you guys know where we work? Like, why are you being so nice right now, right? Anyway, so
Are they like brand new?
practically.
Scared.
That's what I'm thinking.
Scared.
No, but I'm not mean or anything like that. So today I was talking to them about some stuff, and then one of them said something, and in the midst of it, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna say that on the podcast tonight." I even told them that.
Okay, so here it goes.
Yeah. So,
What's it?
I didn't know this,
Okay.
But someone today told me, they were like, you know what you need to do, Thomas? You need to try to get one of those really rich Chinese girls. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're like, all this shit you want to do, like move to LA, all this stuff, all the nice things you like, they're like, that is an open door to it.
You just need a rich Asian girl, eh?
Well, so here's the thing. I was like, I don't. And so this is what I learned, because I have the person that told me this is Chinese. And not this guy. I know more than one.
There are a lot of us.
There's quite a few. So she was like, well, like those Chinese girls, the really rich ones, they really like white guys. But as a status thing.
So you're going status for status here.
I'm cool with that, brother. Let's go. They're like, you know how
you're like, I'm gonna hang this Asian girl off my arm, and she's like, I'm gonna hang this white boy off my arm.
She pretty much was like this. You know how you see them, like the international kids all dressed up and they got like Balenciaga, like that's for them. That's specifically to like to flex and the stunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's like a step up from all that shit is a white guy, like in
really,
yeah. She's like, trust me. She's like, there's only two types of people. Now, she could be bullshitting me, but I was like, shut the fuck up. She's like, no, I'm dead serious, because they only are going to either date another Chinese guy, but low key, like they'll 100% take a white guy. But only to be like, look at this fucking thing. Like, look at this rare treat that I have. And for me, I would be like, look at all these rare treats that I have. All of this nice stuff.
You think it's vice versa for Asian dudes?
To have a white girl?
Yeah.
I mean, it's but like a thing for dudes.
Because I don't know.
I don't know, man. White girls are kind of meh.
But because you're white. I think Asian girls are meh.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair. You can say that. Boom, check that off my list. Had to write that down. But yeah. I started to think about it too, and I was like, I don't know how often I see girls that are like really, really rich and of international status that would even be remotely compatible with me.
Well, one, you can't really talk to them.
No, but that's what I said. I was like, well, first of all, I was like, that's nice, but I don't speak Cantonese. And she's like, you don't need to. She's
you
like,
can speak to their translator.
She's like, they speak good enough English that you're gonna understand, but like, again, they're so thrilled that, because this is like, to them, it'll be like, okay, so you have an A7,
right?
So I definitely have to get like a fucking
GT2
or a GT2, something like that, right? I got because GT2 is super high end, so like I had to get a Huracan, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, Buddy saw me with a Huracan and he's going to get an Aventador. Buddy saw with an Aventador. Like, they're going to just keep going up the list. And for them, keep going up the list is like Chinese guy, good Chinese guy, rich Chinese guy. And then like fucking white guy.
Yeah.
But only for that small bracket. Normal Chinese women are not at all like that. It's just that small bracket of like the really, really wealthy ones. Perfect.
Now we start going outside of those two races and shit starts getting complicated.
But also, I mean, this is something I've thought to myself many times, and I feel like in the end it wouldn't, you'd see. But like if I were to have a child with a Chinese or an Asian girl or a black girl or, you know, Spanish or anything like that, right? Like you look at them and you're like, holy fuck, that is so weird. Because you're like, I'm a white guy, right?
Right.
And you're like, but that's not a white guy. But like, I'm still in there though, like, because white skin is so easily like taken over by whatever the darker skin tone would be, right?
Uh-huh.
So like, you take my uncle for instance, his wife, my aunt is Spanish, you know, and so their kids are like, they're not white. They're not Spanish. They're not like,
I've seen them. Yeah,
but they're not white.
They look adopted. They look
right.
like adopted kids.
And I'm like, but I still see like the little Polish sides in them too, where I'm like, Jesus Christ. And all I thought to myself is like, if I had a black, like a black girlfriend,
Right.
and I don't like, who knows how dark, right? But I'm just saying, like, the kid comes out and you're like,
Oh, you'd have good looking kids.
but not only that, or it's just, I'd be like, whoa, like you're so lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome, buddy.
I had to
Great.
work so
Yeah.
hard for you to look this
Yeah,
good.
honestly, great work. I'm glad that this happened. Also, though, it's like if you mix the blonde hair, blue eyes gene in with
anything.
yeah, with most things, not other white genes,
No.
but like if you mix it with anything, it turns out oftentimes pretty good. Boom, got that off my list. We're jamming.
4 days out?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I just counted it based off how many days of work I got left.
Oh, yeah, it's 4 days off.
I am
Or 4 days out. 4 days out.
I am a little bit nervous.
I'm not that nervous.
I'm super nervous.
Oh. Why?
What if there's a hurricane?
Bro, dude, I almost died yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like literally gasping for air. Like my face was turning blue. Like I got my ab workout in for the month. That shit. I was laughing about it at work today. Like
Yeah.
I was laughing and like I was smiling for so long, I didn't even realize my
Yeah.
face started to hurt. And I was like, I must look like a psycho right now. Fucking cutting concrete and just like smiling to myself. Well, you can't see me because of my mask, but fuck. Yeah. Well, should we tell them what?
It's just
The
my brother.
premise of
Yeah,
it.
Lucas
That
just
was-
said he brought up such a fucking weird thing yesterday, and he's getting all worked up
Oh
about
my
things that have
goodness.
like a 0.002% chance of happening.
Even
like, so
less
what if-
than that,
yeah.
bro.
What if we're on the island in Jamaica and we get hit with a hurricane, and then it's just he came to this like realization. He's like,
We're fucked.
"What are you talking
oh
about?"
my goodness.
Oh, Lucas.
He was like so sincere too. He's like, what if we get there and there's a hurricane? We're fucked, right? We're fucked.
Like we're gonna
Oh
be
my god.
we're gonna be trying to swim out of the resort. Yeah.
That shit was so funny. Oh man. Or what was the other one? A planet
Oh, yeah.
ending meteor.
Oh yeah. What if we're on the
While we're
airplane?
in the airplane.
What if while we're on the airplane, a meteor comes by and hits the planet? I'm like, dude, you have such a wild imagination. Like, how do you,
What, dude?
of all of the
Oh,
realistic
shit.
shit that could happen?
I was crying.
I mean, none of it's even that realistic, but of all the things that potentially could happen,
An
you
Earth-
thought
an Earth
an
ending
apocalypse
meteor.
starting meteor might hit the Earth. What a special Billy he is, huh? What a beautiful baby.
We're fucked.
We're fucked.
Oh shit.
Dude, I am starving.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry myself.
And I can tell you this much. This
it's fucking late too. Holy shit.
this food on the resort better be delicious.
I have faith.
I have faith too.
I have so much faith in it.
People keep telling me, they're like, "You're going to Jamaica?" I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Jealous."
Everyone at work I've told about Jamaica, they say you're going on the grill. They say go to Orange Hill.
Bro, the amount of fucking people that have told me to go see this waterfall, that mountain, this waterfall, that
No,
fucking
apparently
thing.
it's like the biggest fucking marijuana thing in Jamaica. I was like, guys, I'm on the fucking like one of the nicest resorts already. I don't need to go looking for
Bro,
shit.
yeah, why
like,
does everybody keep bringing up the weed thing? I'm
I know I get it. I'm going to Jamaica. I'm like
it's
I'm
illegal.
I'm not gonna smoke weed just because I'm in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like
It's fucking legal in Canada. I could just drive anywhere
I
I
don't get
want
it.
and buy it.
I don't get it.
Right. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. There's going to be tons of women everywhere cuz apparently this is like a massive resort.
Is it?
Yes.
Like, massive.
There's 4 buildings.
This is a massive resort.
Yeah.
This is a big one. Holy shit. 4 buildings?
Yeah. Like 4 buildings for people to stay in.
So
like
that's
on
not
top
even...
of the other shit, like the restaurants and blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God.
It's a huge resort.
That's like a city.
Yeah.
Not really. That's just
It's going to be
4 buildings.
lots.
Still, that's quite impressive.
I have a fantasy that we run into Australian girls. And people already are like,
Why
look,
Australian?
just so I can be like, good eye, mate. You coming from Sydney?
Fucking blazing out here, isn't it?
It's hot, isn't it? Oh boy. And then they could literally throw drinks in my face.
Yeah.
What if they're... But see, and this
And
is the
they're
problem. Yeah, this is the problem I have as like a comic or I don't even... I have a tough time calling myself a comedian because I'm like, I don't get paid to do it. But, you know, I
You're
do
a
it
fucking
for free.
clown.
Yeah, literally, I'm a courtyard jester, which is actually a hilarious thing I wanted to bring up too. But, so the thing is about something like that, and I actually talked to Yusuf about this, and I've brought it up quite a few times before, like not on the podcast, just with people in general, is I want to land the joke so bad, even for myself. Like if I think something is hilarious, I have a tough time not saying it. If it's really, really offensive, I won't say it, right?
Right.
But if something I think is hilarious, I have a tough time not saying it, even at the expense of like people being like, you're an asshole. So I know that if I saw beautiful Australian women, I'd be like, oh my God, I just want to go over there and talk to them and socialize and be like, we're from Canada. But a big portion of me would be like, you want to go to Sydney? And fuck the whole thing up. You're from the land down under.
Want to go to Melbourne?
You want to get some Vegemite?
Have a couple of Vegemite sandwiches?
You want to have some Vegemite sandwiches?
Yeah, nah.
And I think that would bomb with them. They're probably not going to be happy. Imagine they turn back.
Oh, yeah, you get that Mai Tai thrown right in your face.
Mai Tai? What's that?
I don't know. It's just a fancy drink.
Yeah, see? And
It's a resort drink.
so that's another thing I'm very excited for is we go to the club. What do we get at the club, Ryan? What are the 3 fucking beverages we get at the club every single time?
Fucking rum and Coke,
Boom.
tequila, beer.
No, it's or vodka cranberry.
Or vodka cranberry.
There you go.
Well, no more of those for me after that one New Year's where I thought I was throwing up blood.
Bro, the same thing happened to me.
Really?
They thought I was
Oh, yeah, that did
vodka
happen.
cranberry. Vodka
You
cranberry.
crazy motherfucker. You literally...
Yeah.
Well, we haven't told them that
I
story
know.
yet.
I haven't thought. There's
Oh,
implications
shit.
behind it. Yeah.
We can sit on it.
Yeah. That'll be for one when
Yeah, we can sit
when
on
there's
it.
actual
Maybe we
viewership.
could tell that during like a drinking episode. If we
For sure.
If
For
we
sure.
plan to do a tipsy episode.
Yeah. Anywho.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the 3 drinks we get when we go out. When we drink in the house or we go to house parties or blah, 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 fucking someone's having a birthday, we'll ask them what they like to drink. And if they're like, I don't give a shit, then we're going to bring one of like 2 things, the Jameson or we grab, or probably the Japanese whiskey.
Jameson Japanese whiskey, yeah.
Right.
And Modelo, if
Yeah,
you're lucky.
if
we
we're-
decide to shell out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. So when people started telling me, like, oh, you got to get like the blue blah, 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 blah. I was like, what the fuck is
Shirley Temples, fucking pina coladas,
Bro, we didn't remember.
margaritas.
We went to Quebec, and I didn't even know what a Long Island iced tea was. I was like, well, fuck, there's got like 15
That was
different...
good as fuck,
Delicious.
dude.
The ginger beer cuts everything.
Yes.
Highly recommend if I could remember the name of that fucking bar. But it was tremendous. And now
really
every
good.
time I make a Long Island iced tea, I'm going to just splash a little bit of ginger beer.
beer,
It
yeah, for
really,
sure.
really helps. But you can't have too many of them or it'll fuck up your stomach.
And you'll have a horrific hangover.
And if you yak that up, it's going to come up like friggin' fire.
Yeah, it will come up like fire. There was a lot of booze in there
Yeah.
that you cannot taste whatsoever. A little bit of Pepsi, a little bit of ginger beer.
So like all these drinks, and I'm really excited to try the girliest ones because I have no shame.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
give
throw
a
a fucking
fuck.
umbrella. Throw a fucking pineapple slice on it. I don't give a shit. I don't need to drink a tight fucking glass of whiskey. Yeah, I'm on a resort.
Bro. Hollow out a fucking pineapple. That's literally what I'm gonna say.
Stick the fucking straw in it.
Put the stupid 2 fucking upside down beers in that fucking thing.
Oh, you want that one?
I'm going to the beach. Because I can tell you this
That
much.
one is funny. The 2 upside down
I
beers.
would never,
Oh,
ever be caught dead drinking that thing in Toronto just
No.
for fear of someone
No.
being like, Tom, what the fuck? When have we ever seen you drink some shit like that? Bro, I'm going to be like, yeah,
Oh, man.
blend me up in alcohol, smooth me. I don't give a fuck, right?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Put the 2 upside down Coronas in that fucking hollowed out pineapple. or whatever. You get like Caesars at dinner time to have like barbecue wings on them and shit. Like, what the hell? There's a slice of pizza on it. For sure, whatever, buddy. I'm cool with that. Gotta bring money to tip, though. Gotta bring money to tip. I hope they're good bartenders.
Yeah, I have faith.
With the Diamond Club, they should be at least.
I wonder if one building is just for the Diamond members.
It's not. I believe it is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, yes and no. It's awesome. Like, yeah, it's awesome in terms of privacy and other things like that. But, you wanna socialize, right? I'd like to socialize.
Are you worried of becoming too exclusive?
No, not even a little bit.
We paid too much money, and now they've put us in a package where we're so far above everyone, we can't even talk to anyone else.
We actually don't even have contact with.
They don't let us talk to anyone else because they're dirtier than us, apparently.
Oh shit.
No, it's not like that.
So, I mean, this actually is not terrible. We're shooting this on Friday. It'll be out tomorrow.
It's late. This is probably the latest one we've ever done.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get worse though.
100%. We've
Yeah,
yet to shoot one past midnight, but I have a feeling that will be coming up shortly.
Any kind of alcohol,
Yeah.
it'll be end up being
For
a
sure.
4.5 hour episode, and at the end, everybody's gonna be singing or some shit.
Oh, man. It's going to be like fucking karaoke on here if we do a drunk episode.
You know, quite a few people have actually asked me to be on the podcast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I would love to shoot one with like 6 mics.
Oh, yeah, that'd be sweet. Just have a big round table.
Like a huge like fight companion-esque.
Yeah, just have
podcast.
everyone talking. That'd be awesome, for sure.
It's just as long. And the thing is, you know, everybody knows each other well, so there's no like
Awkwardness
or feelings.
getting to know anyone. Like, everyone already knows each other.
Are you excited for any one particular thing to eat in Jamaica?
No, but I'm super excited for that fucking Jamaican cooking class.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to outdrink everybody on the entire resort. You know what I thought to myself today?
Oh, wait. Is there an opportunity for us to go on jet skis? I feel like there is.
Oh, 100%.
We should do that.
I think you have to pay for it.
I'll pay for it.
I don't want to go on jet skis though.
Let's do it.
I don't really want to go on jet skis.
I want to do it.
Yeah, I understand that, and that's tremendous.
And you're doing it too.
I actually don't really want to do that.
That's going to happen.
Great, but you know, here's the thing.
You're going to see me catching those wicked rips, brother, and you're going to be like,
Ryan,
cowabunga, I want in on that.
you often reject,
or however people on the water talk.
You reject the requests I have to go do things all the time. And so I say, let's go watch Pet Sematary, and you say no. And then I have to go on some fucking, you know, or like, let's go to the Wonderland. And you're like, no.
Fuck Wonderland.
And then, why not?
I've been there so many times.
You've never even been on a roller coaster.
Yeah, but I've been there a lot of times. My aunt is an event planner, and her company has an event there every year, and we get in for free. So that's why I've been there a lot.
Look at you. Aren't you the coolest little shindig ever?
I'm exclusive.
How angry do you think your mom will be if you get a tattoo?
Not. She asked me if I wanted to get one.
Matching ones with her and you?
No, I would rather, I'm not even going to say it. Holy shit.
little mommy and son tattoos? I don't know how. So that's actually, I'm talking shit because I'm going to get a tattoo with Lucas.
I would be spit roasted with jokes.
Oh,
I would be spit roasted with jokes.
You couldn't bring that around anyone in the general
I wouldn't even
circle.
be able to pull into your driveway.
Oh my god. You'd hear it from the top floor like I'd be like, buddy, get inside. Like, oh,
yeah, not
boy.
a chance. I wouldn't stand a chance. I just dug my own grave at that point.
Have you thought about the tattoo you want? So I've had a good idea of what I was looking for, and then only today I was like, son of a bitch, that's a great idea. I'm not going to say what it is on air, but I'm going to tell you about it afterwards. But
I saw your face earlier when I said something.
Yeah,
I think
I know.
what it
People
is.
could fucking probably put it together, but it's not that. It's not exactly that.
But it would be cool if it is what I think. Anyways,
Yeah.
there's a lot of ambiguous talking.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm hungry as shit, dude.
Ryan, I'm a fucking dead man right now, bro. If you knew, I mean, we're probably on more or less the same page. I wish our gym was 24 hours so that we could just get it over with after this podcast.
Yeah, you know what? I actually would have energy for a fucking hard-ass workout, too. But then I eat afterwards. Yeah, eat. Bro, I wiped out at work today, and I have, like, my whole fucking leg is ripped up. I slipped like a shmee, like a fucking idiot, on a broken shovel head that was just lying on the gravel, and I didn't see it. I stepped on it, and it literally just slipped.
Yeah, sometimes at work by accident, I'll like when we're egg washing things.
Right.
Bro, you don't realize how slippery fucking eggs are. Oh my goodness gracious me. Bro, it gets on the ground and it comes out like a mist because of the way we have to like make it.
Like raw egg?
Yeah.
Like egg white or like whole eggs?
No, whole eggs.
Really?
Yeah. I could show you how to do it
But you missed it?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
It is cool. Anyway, so yeah, that gets on the ground and you won't even see it.
Well, for sure.
It comes.
For sure, it's like
it
banana
falls
peel.
down like a flat
worse.
layer and you won't
It's
even
like
notice.
oil.
Anyway, sorry to back to it though. Have you thought about a tattoo? Because you know what I'm thinking when I get back from Jamaica.
No,
I think I want to get
really.
one.
I would like one, but I haven't. Like, I don't know what I would.
And I have an idea of where I'm gonna put it.
You know what? Maybe I'll get
of,
one. Maybe I'll sit on it and I'll get one after I finish culinary school.
Why?
I don't know. So then I'm
But like, what would you get then after culinary school? Like
some culinary shit.
You know, it'd be dope. Like actually, if I were you. And
But I don't want to get like a fucking tattoo of like a frying pan or some shit, and then like this guy's never been in the kitchen. This guy's never even like he's not cooked.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
No, I realize, but it matters to me. So
I know it matters to you, but
it's
but yo, do you really need a culinary school degree to fucking like? I don't need to be selling out arenas and stadiums to say that I love comedy and that like that's what I'm passionate about.
No,
so
no,
you
of
don't
course,
need a
but
culinary. But like if
I
you
don't
got a
need-
tiny,
I
you
don't
got like a
need it,
dinky little chef's knife like that big somewhere on you, that would be so sick.
I would entertain that.
If you
idea.
got that fucking thing right there,
I was
it'd be the
just
most
thinking of finger.
badass thing
I was just thinking
I've
of finger
ever
tattoo.
seen in my fucking life.
I was actually just thinking that.
I'd be like, first of all, I hope that guy's a chef. Because if he's not, that guy does fucking wet work for a living because because there's no tattoos on the rest of his body except for a huge knife on his finger. Yeah, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And then obviously me and Lucas have the have our little
The two brothers.
two brothers. But that's like a deep, long inside joke. That all stemmed obviously from Rick and Morty. But I I'm not entirely sure of where I want to place my tattoo, but after I had the idea, I was like, shit, because I wanted just a tiny little one like that hidden somewhere.
Right.
And then afterwards, I was like, no, maybe I don't want a small one like that.
You want a visible one?
I want it on my thigh because I'm wearing shorts. Like, these are kind of like swimming trunks, so like maybe like that big.
Like halfway up your thigh?
Like the size of my hand right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably go...
I feel like that would be expensive.
I think I'd get a forearm tattoo.
Forearm?
I think I get
Which side of your forearm?
Like that.
Dude, you know, it'd be so sick. Get a half sleeve, bro. But a half sleeve, like the McGregor one from like here to like here. Every time I see those, I'm like, those are so fucking awesome.
Maybe. I don't know.
Especially when you put a watch on and the tattoo just creeps out past the watch a little bit. You're like, what? This guy fucking kills for a living. This guy's a killer.
I'd entertain that idea for sure.
But yeah.
But I also don't like needles.
Yeah, but you can get over it.
No, I have a pretty high pain tolerance, I think. I've grown one at least over the years.
Grown a high pain tolerance?
Yeah.
Terrific.
Never had a tattoo before though, so.
Yeah, you want to know something?
Apparently it's pretty painful.
I'm willing to bet it's not going to be painful.
But this also coming from people.
Me and Cedra talked about it, bro. So many fucking people I know, like so many people have tattoos, and I look at them and I'm like, you fucking complain about everything. Everything is uncomfortable for you. I'm telling you right now, I feel like with the exception of the really sensitive areas like behind your knee, your feet, stuff like that, like probably certain parts of your hand, I don't think a tattoo would even remotely hurt me a little bit. I actually feel like I'm going to show up. Sore, yeah, but sore how, bro? We fucking accidentally kicked each other in the legs a couple of times, and I feel like that pain is about on par as bad.
Yeah, sparring goes wrong sometimes.
Yeah, when sparring goes wrong between me and Ryan in the kitchen and we're both not really paying attention.
Bones clack.
Yeah, and we accidentally both kick each other's legs. No, but I feel like especially on like a big piece of meat like a thigh like that, it's not going to be...
oh, for sure. If
I'm
you
gonna
just
be like,
tense up.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, I don't even think I'll need to tense up. I'm going to be like, that is not nearly as bad as some of the shit that I've had to put myself through before. You know? Like if you have had major injury, I just refuse to believe that a tattoo hurts more than like really fucking up your knee or breaking a nose. Right?
I've never had my nose broken. But we went over this. I don't want this thing to take off and people are like, he's never gotten his nose broken before.
Well, that's no problem.
Well, let's go fucking break his nose.
We're going to try to figure out a crafty way. So, as promised, like I said earlier on in the episode, and we can kind of end on this, is we said we would make a weight cut to go to Jamaica, and like I'm actually, you know, I'm not ecstatic about it because I took a few shortcuts here and there, but I am proud that I managed to get back to a weight that is not, you know, I don't want to stick around at this weight. I don't like it. I like being over 200 pounds.
Right.
But just to see that I could do it, it's I'm happy about that. So I feel like now that we have and you've done very well too. You bust your ass at the gym. I see you there. And we both fucking get in the sauna together. We both fucking get in the steam room together.
We both work hard in different ways.
Yeah. I feel like 4 to 6 months from when we get back from Jamaica, or even we can start in Jamaica. Like
yeah,
we're gonna
the best fucking gym at that resort apparently. So.
Yeah, we're gonna size it up a little bit. We're gonna get a little more sizable. And
in the dick
region.
Get some expensive procedures.
No, because I wanted after I saw that picture today on the laptop of what I looked like literally, and what was so shocking about it is that it said 2018 and I was like, it's fucking 2019. Like that wasn't a way back playback.
Yeah.
That was really what broke my heart, was how not long ago that was, and
you realize how long you were doing that for.
Yeah, oh fuck. But anyway, I would like people to see, because I know a lot of people talk shit. There's something that bugs me about the whole weight loss and nutrition and like the community surrounding it is how people lie so much. Bro, I literally, like, you should have seen me before, right? And you see them before and you're like, bro, stop telling me you lost a lot of fucking weight, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you 100%, if I posted that picture from the social and you posted the picture from camping, people would be like,
Yeah.
and you know, people tell me to look back on it with pride of like, oh, look how much work you've done. But I really it really kind of breaks my heart a little bit to look at those pictures.
It's not look how much work you've done to me. It's look how much work you had to do.
Exactly. It's really that. It's like it really is that. Not look how much work you've done.
You
Is look
shit.
look how much work you
yourself
had to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I've gotten down. It's probably more than 60 pounds now, because if I was 260 at the time and I'm walking around, you know, we'll fucking, or 270, but whatever. That's besides the point. I'd like to post a comparison picture, but only after we make a little more progress in the gym.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're still working at it.
Mhm.
Never finished, really.
No, we're never done, but I think what I'm essentially saying is we're about to go in season. Is from what I understand from like weight.
As we get into the colder months.
Yeah.
Hunker down.
Yeah, because that's from like, so I don't watch bodybuilding videos, but I watch the Del Rey Misfits, and that's an old channel too. That's what blows my mind. Like,
right.
This channel's fucking like 5 years ago is when they were posting videos, but I'm like I'm the only guy probably watching it nowadays.
Uh-huh.
But these guys, yeah, they're all South Florida fucking weirdos, and they're always and this is how I learned a lot of like lifting lingo and shit, because they compete at actual shows, and I see actual bodybuilders, and they're like a bit delusional. Like, they talk like bodybuilders and they sound like bodybuilders, and they say, oh, you have to take this, you have to blah blah blah, and you look at them, you're like, that's not a fucking bodybuilder. Right? Except for Big Lenny, bro. That guy's a
plumalism.
Yeah, and I'd love to meet him in real life. I genuinely would love to meet him, just to be like, dude, you are a fucking just a specimen. I'm like, this is amazing. Anywho, so yeah, they talk about on season and off season. And what we did when we were losing all of our weight is like, that was kind of on season.
Right.
You're like, I'm working so hard right now, but there's a goal in mind. It's like, because you're on. So when you're off season, so we're about to go into a very strict diet. And now not strict in a sense of like, like, oh, we're eating very little. We're actually eating a fucking lot. It's just strict in what we're allowed to eat.
Yeah, a lot of the good stuff.
That's on season. And I want to see how it looks after 4 months. Right? And if it takes
expensive.
Not as, bro, is it really going to be expensive? Because
eating healthy is expensive.
Eating healthy is expensive, kinda, because dude, like, going to McDonald's costs like, you know, a lot. Even when people try to like fucking break it down, or like I don't eat a normal amount of food. Like, sorry, I just won't. Like, when there's people keep telling me about the $3 Big Mac meal, I'm like, a Big Mac is a sandwich that I eat in my car driving home for dinner. Like, this isn't a substance thing for me.
Yeah, Big Mac is a snack at this point. We were huge boys.
Yeah, you have to remember that. Exactly. Like, I ate like a fucking 270-pound guy for a long time.
Huge boys.
So, this is what I'm saying is that, so when you're off season, you just don't have to eat as strict, but you're kind of still, you don't have to lift with as much intensity. You kind of change the exercises, but you're still lifting, you know? But we're about to go on season. I'm excited to see how it's going to look. 100,000 subscribers on Instagram.
Please and thank you.
People DMing me.
What
Lucas,
the fuck?
what did you do?
Spring breaker over here.
Oh boy, Lucas is about to go on season as well. This guy shot a 3-minute video of himself earlier. He looks so much better than me and Ryan.
You look
and it breaks
like a
my
fucking
fucking
GQ model.
All right, boom.